Hey everyone, and welcome to beautiful Goa, where I've just spent the last few days soaking up the sun and recovering from my last flight. Today, however, it's time to pack up my things and continue on with my Indian adventure, with a flight aboard one of the most notorious airlines in the country, SpiceJet. Of all the airlines that I've booked for this trip, this is the one that has me the most concerned, because I've heard pretty much nothing but bad things. From the planes being old and battered to filthy lavatories and cabin crews who are less than enthusiastic about their jobs. At this point, I'm just hoping that this flight to Mumbai arrives safely and that my bags are waiting for me when I get off the plane. This 737 has 212 seats arranged in a 3-3 configuration. There's also extra legroom seats towards the front of the plane and by the emergency exits. As you can see, the legroom is very tight, and this was only made worse by the fact that the recline on the seats in front of us seemed to be broken. It's easy to beat up on SpiceJet, but you have to remember that this is a budget airline and this 1 hour and 15-minute flight costs only about $30, which makes this cramped seat worth tolerating in my opinion. But with that said, this is my first time flying on an Indian low-cost carrier, so it'll be interesting to see how this flight compares with some of the other budget airlines that I'll be traveling with in the future. I do wish that the windows were a little bit cleaner though. We pushed back from the gate on time and made our way out to the runway. SpiceJet operates a fleet of Bombardier Dash 8s and Boeing 737s. They also have a massive order for the new 737 MAX. Took off without a hitch, and pretty soon we had reached cruising altitude. One of the things you'll notice right away about the SpiceJet cabin is that it's completely covered with advertisements. Now, I don't mind this because it keeps costs down, but what are your thoughts here? Some of the things that I like about the cabin are the individual air nozzles and reading lights. The chairs also recline, which is nice to see on a low-cost carrier, but you do run the risk of squishing the person behind you. Another positive are the large and sturdy tray tables. On the downside, there are definitely some condition issues with the cabin. Hopefully, things will start to look better once the 737 MAX gets back in the sky, and SpiceJet receives their order for 192 of these planes. Since this was a short flight, the crew got right to work serving food. You can pre-order a number of meals online or pick something off the in-flight menu, all for a fee of course. I thought everything was pretty reasonably priced, and I was really impressed with the variety they offered. The time passed pretty quickly on this flight, and soon enough, the skyscrapers of Mumbai came into view as we made our approach into the airport. Well, we've landed safely in Mumbai, and yes, once I made it to baggage claim, my bag was waiting there for me. So what's my final verdict on SpiceJet? I thought this was a fine flight. It wasn't glamorous, but it got me where I needed to go, and it was cheap. However, my girlfriend was not too happy about being stuck in the middle seat, so it might be worth it to spend a little extra money and choose a window or an aisle seat, or even upgrade to extra legroom. Because believe me, you do not want an unhappy girlfriend. That'll conclude this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon for my next review on one of the many airlines here in India. Take care, everyone.